Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually felt rested? I don't mean the kind of rest where you collapse into bed after scrolling on your phone at 2 a.m. or the so-called day off, where your brain is still working overtime, planning, worrying, checking emails. I mean the kind of rest that fills your soul, the kind of rest that leaves you feeling alive again. If you're struggling to answer that question, you're not alone. We live in a world that glorifies hustle and worships busyness. Rest has become almost suspicious. If you're not grinding 24/7, people ask, "Don't you want success? Don't you care about your future?" But here's the truth nobody talks about. This endless grind is killing us. Burnout isn't just a buzzword, it's an epidemic. And the cure isn't another productivity hack. It's something deeper, something countercultural, something ancient. It's called intentional rest. The significance of purposeful breaks in achieving personal and spiritual growth cannot be overemphasized. Intentional rest can be a powerful tool in navigating life's challenges and fostering resilience. And today, I want to show you why learning to rest on purpose may be the most powerful decision you'll ever make. Imagine this for a moment. What if the secret to overcoming life's biggest challenges isn't found in pushing harder, but in stepping back? What if rest wasn't an afterthought, but a strategy? What if you woke up each morning without that familiar heaviness in your chest, without that voice in your head screaming, "You're already behind"? What if you had energy not just to survive the day, but to actually enjoy it? What if your relationships deepened, your creativity flourished, and your faith grew stronger, simply because you learned the art of stepping back, slowing down, and being present? That's what intentional rest makes possible. It's not about laziness. It's not about quitting. It's about creating space to breathe, to heal, and to reset so you can live with resilience, clarity, and purpose. We live in a world that constantly tells us to hustle, but I'm here to tell you that the most powerful tool for growth and resilience might just be rest. Not just any rest, but intentional rest. Stay with me because in the next few minutes, I'll unpack why our culture has lied to us about rest, the hidden cost of hustle culture on your body, mind, and soul, my own struggles with burnout and the turning point that forced me to rethink everything, and most importantly, practical, life-giving ways you can practice intentional rest starting today. Let's start with the problem. We are living in the middle of what I call the modern burnout epidemic. Think about it. Our ancestors worked hard, yes, but when the sun went down, so did the work. There were natural rhythms of activity and rest built into life. Today, the sun never sets on our responsibilities. The internet doesn't sleep. The notifications never stop. We're told we can always do more, always be available. And if we don't, someone else will outwork us. This pressure has created a culture where exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor. People brag about sleeping only 4 hours a night. Companies celebrate the ones who never take a day off. Social media floods us with messages like, "Rise and grind. No excuses. Sleep is for the weak." But here's what they never show you. The entrepreneur who hustled his way into the hospital. The parent who gave everything to work and had nothing left for their family. The student who chased achievement so hard they lost themselves in anxiety and depression. And maybe that's your story too. I know it was mine. A few years ago, I was stuck in the cycle. Always on, always chasing the next thing. My phone was the first thing I touched in the morning and the last thing I saw before bed. I was accomplishing a lot, but inside, I was running on fumes. I was irritable, disconnected from people I loved, and spiritually empty. One day I hit a wall. Not metaphorically, literally. I fainted at my desk. My body forced me into rest. And that's when I realized, if you don't choose rest, rest will eventually choose you. But usually it won't be on your terms. So what's the answer? It's intentional rest, not accidental downtime, not mindless scrolling or binge watching until 3 a.m., but purposeful, restorative pauses woven into the fabric of your life. Feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, or just stuck? Imagine a simple, yet profound shift that could unlock your spiritual growth, enhance your personal resilience, and help you navigate life's toughest moments with grace. This isn't about productivity hacks. It's about a fundamental reevaluation of how you recharge, allowing you to thrive in ways you never thought possible. Let's break it down. 1. Rest is not laziness. First, we have to kill the myth that rest is weakness. Rest is actually resistance. In a world screaming, do more, be more, prove more, choosing to rest is an act of courage. Rest says, I am more than my productivity. My worth is not in what I produce, but in who I am. Even God himself modeled this. In Genesis, after creating the world, he rested. Not because he was tired, but because he wanted to set a rhythm for us. Rest is divine design. 2. Rest renews your mind and body. Science backs this up. Studies show chronic overwork leads to higher risks of heart disease, depression, and weakened immune systems. Creativity plummets when we're exhausted. Memory declines. But intentional rest, whether that's a Sabbath day, a digital detox, a walk in nature, or simply practicing stillness, restores our clarity. It lowers stress hormones. It sharpens focus. Think of it like sharpening an axe. If you keep swinging without stopping, the blade dulls. But a few moments of sharpening make every swing more effective. 3. Rest deepens relationships. Here's something people overlook. Busyness robs us of connection. When we're tired, we snap at our kids. We zone out with our spouse. We stop being present with friends. But when we rest intentionally, we show up with energy, patience, and love. True rest makes room for deeper conversations, laughter, and intimacy. 4. Rest fuels spiritual growth. One of the most powerful truths I've learned is that rest isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The psalmist writes, "Be still and know that I am God." When we slow down, we create space to hear God's voice. In silence, we find guidance. In stillness, we experience peace that hustle could never give. For me, intentional rest means carving out time each week to unplug, journal, pray, and simply sit with God. No agenda, just being. And in those moments, I found strength I couldn't find in striving. How can you practice intentional rest? Okay, so how do we make this practical? Here are a few ways you can start. Schedule rest like an appointment. Don't wait for free time. Put it in your calendar. Guard it the way you would a meeting with your boss. Digital detox. Take intentional breaks from screens. Even a few hours unplugged can reset your nervous system. Micro rests daily. It doesn't always need to be a full day. Rest can look like stepping outside for 10 minutes, taking a mindful breath, or pausing before you rush into the next task. Sabbath rhythm. Set aside one day a week or even half a day to stop working, to delight, to worship, to enjoy. Rest as connection. Spend time with people who refresh your soul. Rest doesn't always mean being alone. It means engaging in what restores you. Rest your mind. Journal, meditate, pray. Let your thoughts settle. Rest your body. Sleep is not negotiable. Prioritize it. Nourish your body with proper rhythms of movement and stillness. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's intention. It's learning to live from rest, not just collapse into it when burnout hits. Here's the challenge I want to leave you with. This week, choose one way to practice intentional rest. Just one. Maybe it's putting your phone away after 9 p.m. Maybe it's saying no to one extra commitment. Maybe it's taking a quiet walk or spending an afternoon unplugged. And notice what happens. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your relationships shift. Notice how your spirit lifts. Because rest isn't wasted time. It's invested time. It's the soil where resilience grows, where creativity blossoms, where faith deepens. The world says hustle harder, but your soul is whispering, slow down, breathe, rest. The choice is yours. So, let me ask you, will you keep burning out, or will you start burning bright? The decision is yours, and so is the repercussion of whatever you decide. I am sure you will make the right choice. Remember, rest will not steal anything from you. It will not make you less productive or relevant. Rather, rest will increase your productivity, your vitality, your creativity, and your impact. Intentional rest is a powerful weapon for today's wave makers, professionals, and leaders. Drop a comment below. What's one intentional way you're going to rest this week? And if this video resonated with you, hit like. Share it with someone who needs the reminder. And subscribe for more content designed to help you live with faith, resilience, and balance. Keep this in mind, you don't need permission to rest. You need intention. Rest well. Live fully.